What's up, ladies and gentlemen, YouTube, everybody out there? It's Philip20. And I'm back. I got another video on the Zero motorcycle. The lights are on, the switches are working, the horn works, the bright light works, everything's working. Well, I got it fixed. And I'll tell you how I did it. Underneath the back seat above the motor, there's something called an Anderson connector. This connector is a separate fast charging ability that this motorcycle can produce. This motorcycle has a 100 amp fuse on this Anderson connector. I'm not telling you how fast to charge it. I'm just telling you they have provided a 100 amp fuse on this connector. The charger that goes to that is a 96 volt charger. Now, I don't know the nominal voltage of this battery. I don't know any specifics on this battery because they, basically wouldn't tell me. I talked to Zero's engineering department. They won't tell me nothing. They told me do the wiggle test if I had problems, but I had already fixed the problem before they called me back. I don't think it's because of the engineering of it. I believe that there was a connector on the back side of the Anderson connector, and it had zip ties wrapped around it. And the zip ties was cinched so tight that it provided torque to pull the plug apart almost, or at least pull the wires out of the plug almost. I don't know. It's working now. I cut the zip ties that was on the Anderson connector. I would have never guessed this. I found it on a Facebook post from my wife discovering it. She searched on the internet symptoms of this. Brand new motorcycle, turning lights, headlights, nothing's working. It worked before. It worked before. I went ahead and, checked everything, pulled on wires everywhere. It's called the wiggle test is what they suggested on the phone from the engineering department. I didn't think to wiggle any wires underneath the seat, but when I clipped those two wires, the lights and everything came back on after 3 seconds. Functioned again. It hasn't turned off since, and I have wiggled those wires together over and over and over, and I can't get it to reintroduce the problem. Not even a flicker. So I haven't ridden it since because it's been raining all day, and it's been one day since I figured it out, and the next, it was late at the evening when I finally figured it out, and then I had Easter egg hunt I wanted to go do and stuff like that, so I didn't get to use the motorcycle yesterday, and I wanted to. I want to do some cool stuff. I was filming on the way out and couldn't do nothing with it because there was no speedometer, there was no 12 volt system. So if you check your fuse box and there's no power in the fuse box, when you pull a fuse out and you take your meter and you touch ground and then you touch the tip of the probe onto either side of the fuse box, it should show power on one or the other side if you pull one fuse out. It didn't show nothing. So I believe there was no power going to the fuse box. And I was right because it didn't have any voltage. There's a ground wire on the left side going to the frame about here, about here on the left side. That's the right side, obviously, but there's a ground wire there. So I know that is actually a ground. So I checked it, and I checked the power there. It was nothing. So when I clipped those two zip ties on the Anderson connector, it's on the back, above the electric motor, below the seat, below the frame. Once I did that, it started working. It has not stopped working since. Am I grateful it's working? Absolutely. I'm hoping this video will help somebody out there. Engineering was particularly careful, you know, with the words. They denied giving me an electrical diagram for further diagnostics, which is fine. I can reverse engineer everything on this bike, but I'm not allowed to turn a screw other than the seat. Now, one thing they did tell me is they said I would be able to put in a 12-volt circuit as long as it's not plugged into their motorcycle. Even though there's a plug underneath here, and it takes like, you know, 6-10 screws and a couple bolts on the back side to take this off. I'm not allowed to use that plug, which is fine. I'll just put a lead acid battery on here and a wind cell solar panel and see if we can get, you know, some charging on it, you know, which, you know, adds weight, which is kind of unfortunate, but that's just another topic. I just want to help the people that's having trouble with their headlights not working. Mine didn't work, and now they work, and I hope this helps you get yours to work. So, thanks again for watching. It's Phil 20, solar power, electricity, and electronics, and I hope to do a collaboration video with Zero motorcycles. We'll see how that goes. They suggested they might be able to do something. I don't know, but I look forward to it. If you want to see a collaboration with Zero motorcycles, everybody, call your Zero motorcycle engineering department and their customer service department. Don't call your dealers, they won't do nothing. You've got to call Zero in California. You got to say, hey, I want to see some collaboration with this guy. See you later. This is Phil 20. Peace out.